Shrink the window. Oh, so I finally learned you gotta start streaming on YouTube first, and then you open up OBS, start streaming, start recording on there first. Still lag though, but that's okay. Alright. Just a boring video fixing an old MacBook Air. No backlight. We got a big dent in it. We get a sticky note. Put it on the bottom. I don't even know if this has an SSD in it or not. Try turning it on. Oof, those hinges are worn out. Turn on my power supply. Battery might not even be plugged in. Let's see. There we go, there's our chime. See. Where's my flashlight? Oh, nuts. Where's my flashlight? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to get another. Oh, there it is. Here's my desk flashlight. That. Oh, we have no light on the charger on the MagSafe either. See a flashing question mark folder though. All right. Go ahead and turn that off. And this is probably not the hottest repair on my queue right now. I've got a couple other computers that I need to work on, but this is the one that's relatively straightforward. Figured I'd do another video of a somewhat straightforward repair versus a pain in the butt repair that takes like 3 hours, 3-hour long video. Get that out of the way. Move the cover. Oh, and battery's unplugged. Something wrong with our DCN. Oh. Have to check the cable. Yeah, it looks like the cable might have some damage. Let's check under the cam. Scope camera here. Yep. You can see right there. That pin right there is rotted. We may be able to... Wow, that pin just came right off. Okay, never mind. Bye-bye, pin. Alright, well... Is that a 1477? I'll have to get some of those. I don't have any of those around. I don't work on a ton of these 2012 boards. So I don't have a ton of parts sitting around. Definitely have to get a new cable. Could leave that up to the customer too. Well, while we're here, let's take a look at the backlight circuit since we know kind of what's going on. My J-tag looks a little rough. Yep, that pin's just rotten right, it's just falling right off, so we'll probably have to get rid of the J-tag connector. That pin just fell right off. Jeez, what did they spill on this thing? Oh yeah. That pin's loose. Pin's loose. Loose. Yeah, we'll be desoldering that for sure. Yeah. All those pins are nice and loose. Great. There's our backlight diode. Nice and corroded. These caps are all missing their ends. Whoops. That one is missing completely now. Just flew off. Okay. Moving along. This one looks a little gray, but it's still silver under that. This looks okay. Our backlight fuses looks a little rough, probably doesn't work. There are a couple little components here, resistor and a cap. Oh wait, that's not our backlight. This is. We're still gonna have to get rid of that and replace it though. And there's our backlight diode. That's very rough looking. Same with this little cap. Yeah, when you can push on little caps like stuff like that, they fall off the board. Not a good idea to leave it. Oh, this repair is getting more fun by the minute. So these two caps are gonna have to get replaced. That guy's, yep, he's gonna have to get replaced. So basically we're gonna have to wipe out half the backlight circuit. And then this, oh boy, backlight circuit. Oh, the backlight pins are completely gone, so we'll be scraping this off and running some wires here. Yeah, we'll probably replace these resistors too. They're looking a little rough. Alright, and here's the repair ender right here. Does this, how do the pins look on this? Oh, the pins look fine. Underside? Might have an issue with this screen. May have an issue with this screen. Yep. Those pins could be corroded off there. I do not have a 2012 LCD sitting around either. Alright. So at minimum we're replacing the LCD connector because you can see these are nice and rotted off. They're just rotted. These are all grayed out. That's gone. We're probably going to replace these. I mean, we might as well replace this resistor. Basically these components here. This stuff here. That. Remove the JTAG. I think I have a 3209 board sitting around. I have a working one, I think. Yeah. Alright. So we'll go ahead and take this board out and get to work. I think I do have an actual working 2012 Air that we could kind of check to see if the battery's is disconnected already, by the way. I do have a working 2012 machine sitting around though that I could just confirm that this is working. I wonder, is that 2013 LCD compatible with this? Guess there's one way to find out. Rid of all these screws out of the board. Loose? What's going on there? Somebody put the wrong screw in there, didn't they? Yep. That is the wrong screw for that. I hope they didn't long screw the board. That is not the right screw that goes there. How's the other side look? Not great. Slot 12. I have no more room for anything. I am busting at the seams here with stuff. I've got inventory, and then I've got boards galore to repair. Boards of my own, stacked up. I have no room for anything. My desk is just chocked full of stuff. Crazy. Yeah. Phone in the way. USB ports. I'm gonna test the backlight fuse. Why is my light not very bright? Huh. I don't know. Probably too late to care right now. Alright, let's go to resistance mode. Well, what do you know? The fuse is still good. This whole backlight circuit looks like hell, but you can count on the fuse to still be good. The fuse is still good. I think we're gonna get the a Wi-Fi card off here too. Okay. Bye-bye Wi-Fi card. Somebody messaging me on Facebook. Messenger. Holy moly. All right, back to what I'm doing. Back to live. All right. Think first things first. We are going to get rid of Mr. JTAG. JTAG, you're out of here, pal. We're going to flux and kick you off the board. You are no longer doing your job. Along with half of the backlight circuit. Hello, Toltec Mark and Sad Mac. Coming in a bit late. What's up? Not much. You just doing a boring stream of me repairing the backlight circuit on a 2012 board. That's pretty beat up, sort of. Sorry. 4 things going on at once. Alright, I gotta turn on the fume extractor. We don't need the multimeter probes anymore. We know what's going on. We got a bunch of replacing to do. I gotta get this stuff out of the way. Sorry for moving the microscope camera, but I gotta get my fume extracting box up here so I can suck away the fumes so I can breathe. Breathing is good. This is going to be mostly just remove and repair or remove and replace. Alright. First victim is our SAM socket. He's going away. See if I can get it off without melting it. Direct heat without melting it. Let's see if I can get it off the board. If you keep the hot air moving, you should be able to desolder this. Nope, I got a little meltage going on over here, but oh yep. See how clean I can remove this. It's good practice. It's getting squishy. Well, and that's why I don't solder from the top. You just turn to mush. Clean all that up because that will definitely keep this board from booting. Although it's already powering on to flashing question mark folder. All this for no backlight. I'm probably going to do all this and the screen is going to be no good. That's okay. The LCD will be no good, but we'll still have backlight. Yeah, it's okay, Sad Mac. I wasn't planning on keeping that. I wasn't planning on keeping that connector. I've got a whole pile of them if I needed one. If I actually needed to put that back on. I just thought it'd be a good time to practice desoldering those with using direct heat, which I'm not good at. I like to do underneath the board. Or use low melt if at all possible. Alright. JTAG. The fun part is taking everything off the board. Putting it all back on is going to be a nightmare. Well, not a nightmare, but it's going to take a while. Clean that up nicely. Cool. Alright, on to removing more stuff. This diode looks bad. We're going to get rid of him. All you guys have to go. Don't forget to put this capacitor back on. I'm just going to pile up all this stuff on the side here. I mean, do these caps probably still work? Yeah, but they look horrible. These are all filtering caps. This is gone. Don't care about him. We're going to get rid of the backlight fuse because it looks like crap, even though it still is good. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone. We'll replace you two. Or no, we'll put you back. That diode looks bad. I probably don't even replace half this stuff, but I'm going to because I want this to be reliable. I mean, when you have this level of corrosion, it's just not good to leave that stuff there. Goodbye. Get rid of you. May just touch these resistors up. This definitely has to go. Point our hot air so it's away from the board, or on the edge. That came off easy. And that is it. We're going to touch all this up with some fresh leaded solder, and then we're going to inspect the back of the board and make sure we don't have anything crazy going on the back of there. Ow, this board is extremely hot right now. This board is not happy. Not yet. This mess. Mess. Ouch. Ouch. Ow hot. Ow hot. Ow hot. Hot. Very hot. Ow. Alright, let's throw all this stuff away. Inductor's probably still good. We'll just clean up his pads and stuff. We'll just clean all this up. Hey Pedro. Just cleaning up the backlight circuit on an 2012 MacBook Air 13-inch. This is one of my shop customers. Computers. I think they just had it downstairs. They feed me on top of their customer machines. They feed me a few of their personally owned machines to repair once in a while. They'll give me like 2 or 3 at a time. They always don't want to overwhelm me. They have droves of MacBooks to fix. I told them just to give them all to me at once, but they don't listen. Just clean out the resistor ends on our LED return lines. These are LED return lines. There's 6 resistors there. That's right. Business to business is it's all work. That's right. Nice crunchy capacitor pieces. We're just going to clean all this up, put some nice leaded solder on this whole backlight circuit. Just going to get any... Oh, you can tell that's nasty. Got some nastiness going there. Some of the solder mask coming off. I'll just get out my thick solder braid and we'll just windshield wipe this whole area. Make sure everything sticks. I don't even know if there's something there, was there? I don't remember. You guys remind me. 0 ohm. The feedback, the LED return lines. I don't know. I want to say you're right. Damn it! Now you're making me think. It's been a while since I've opened a 3209 schematic. A1466. Those are backlight current sense resistors. I call them LED return lines. Yep, 0 ohm. Oh, they are LED return lines, yeah. Come from our backlight driver. Yep, they're 0 ohm. Fuses. Is that what you're gonna say? Fuses? No, it's all good. I should probably remember that. Scrapey. Get rid of the corrosion. I know this is not an exciting board repair. This is kind of routine, but I've kind of had a long day, so I need something. You get free Ginsu knives. You get the hose that shrinks up or whatever, like the little snake. Tupperware. Get out the what's this? How thick is this? 2.5 mil. 2.5 millimeter thick solder braid. Got a little test point. It was gnarly looking. That stuff's too thick. I hate it. I'm enough of a nerd that somehow board repair like this is. Hey, yes, me too. I mean, not only do I do this stuff all the time, but I also watch other people do it, like other people's videos. Like I find it very relaxing, like calming. It's kind of strange. And my wife and everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. They're like, "You watch another person do this for hours?" And I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. When I'm not doing it myself, I'm watching other people." The stream buffoon. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't do a video today, did he? Probably doing tonight. It's probably too early, or not too early, but not his usual time that he streams. Oh, get rid of that. No, you're not just weird. You're just part of it. You're part of I don't know what you call it. You're part of a group that enjoys this stuff. You're not weird. Like I said, I like watching other people do it too. Ooh, the solder braid is hot. Hot, hot, hot. It's good though when it's hot, because then it absorbs the solder quicker. It's like a Bounty paper towel. Ouch. Where we sacrifice, yeah. I actually had one of those in my shop today. But it got returned to my business customer because the client declined the repair quote because they thought the price that the owner thought that the price that was quoted to repair the simple little problem was too much for their little $1,000 MacBook. The USB-C board was toast, so it wasn't charging or turning on, so I quoted them what I thought was a very fair price. And of course, you know, my customer adds a little percentage on for themselves. And it got declined, and I'm like, wow, really? Because it was, you know, in hindsight, it was what I would consider a relatively inexpensive repair compared to other things that I do. You know, but I guess to each their own. They must have not regarded their little MacBook that high to replace the USB-C board. That's all it was. And who knows, maybe they'll have a crack at it themselves. I dodged a bullet, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I missed out on the money, but I also missed out on the headache. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. I mean, I'd love to just do board repair all the time, but in this business, it's just not, for me, it's not sustainable yet. Like, it keeps me busy, but just not busy enough where I can turn other repairs down. So alright, we get all that nasty flux off here. Boy, time flies, man. 41 minutes already? Good God. Well, half of it's me poking around the board going, oh, I'm going to heat this up a little bit. It'd be easier to clean. Spend a lot of time poking around the board going, oh, I need to replace this and this and this and this, instead of just going right at it. I'm not going to make too big of a fuss cleaning every single molecule of this flux off, because I'm just going to put more down and make another mess. So I just want to get the stuff that's starting to go bad. Alright, let's look at, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, 3 months later. Oh, no. Oh, damn. Oh, no. What the? What? Ooh, SMC looks like hell. But look at this. We gotta replace those caps too. And look at that. Oh, no. Oh, you can't see that. Damn. You see that? That looks hanky. Oh, ooh. Oh, that looks horrible. Boo. I need to figure out how to take a picture of that. Dang, the backlight driver circuit's all jacked up too. Alright, I'm going to try to turn... Oh no, I can't. Turn amp scope on. Here, maybe I can take a picture with my phone through the microscope eyepiece, because I forgot to take a thumbnail. That's going to be our thumbnail. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say RIP backlight driver. RIP. I don't think he's gonna work anymore. Oof, God, that's not gonna focus. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take a picture of that. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, I'm gonna do something real quick. I apologize if anything bad happens, but I'm gonna try to take a picture. I'm gonna try to take a snapshot of that. Let's see if AmScope software will play nice with OBS. Darn it. What if I just take a picture of my screen? I'm gonna have the worst thumbnail in the world. I probably ruined everything now. Oh, there we go. Hang on, fellas. Let me get a thumbnail real quick. I apologize. Just give me a second. I'll be back. I'll be back in a minute, I promise. Booyah. There we go. Alright. There we go. Okay, sorry, I wanted this thumbnail. But I can't run Amscope software and OBS at the same time. Or like the scope cam view. For some reason that's strange. I don't understand that, but that's okay. We got our thumbnail. Am I still streaming? Yep, there we go. Okay. I just couldn't see the image in the little live screen, but okay, we're good. All right. Well. Oh. Dang. That is a sad little backlight circuit. Gotta replace the whole entire backlight circuit. Okay. I know you guys are probably itching for me to take this driver off, huh, and see how horrible the pins look. Or the pads. I can tell this. Oh, good grief, that's missing. That's not good. That's rotted off. That's rotted off. Pin 5 is toast. Oh, geez, that fell right off. That was... that driver wasn't even attached. Oh. Dude, this is ruined too. Please be under there. Nope, there it went. Just went bye-bye. Same with that, which is an automatic. If there's no trace there, that's an automatic wire to the other side of the board. Yep, that's gone. Oh. Damn. Oh, damn. Well, he's gone. He just fell right off. Alright. See you later. Nice playing. He just fell right off. Goodbye. Nice knowing you. Anyone else? You're still attached? Wow, that's shocking. Jeez, this is rotted all the way over to there. I know you can't even see what I'm doing. There's a hole in the board. Oh, that's broken. Good grief, man. No, they're not. They're not supposed to just fall right off when you touch them. This is probably the worst backlight circuit I've repaired in a long time. I mean, I'm gonna have to put solder mask on all that because the balls will, when I put the new chip on, the balls will stretch out and I'll have a giant mess. But that trace right there is busted. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, the ball's gone. Should be right there. That trace is broken all the way. It's gone. It's completely gone. Good grief, man. Yep, there's the trace. It's like peeled. God, this is gonna be a doozy. Look at that. That's the feedback trace. It's all curled up. And it just fell off. I just lost more of it. It ends like right here. Yeah, can pretty much forget about the other side of the board for right now. This is much worse than I thought. This is completely gone. Like, I don't even know if I need to worry about that. Probably. That probably goes to the other side of the board. I'll have to get out the schematic. Oh, this sucks. How is that resistor still attached? Like, I'm wondering how some of these are... Yep, that one goes. Get out of here. I don't trust any of you. Like this. How are you still attached? Like, I don't trust any of you. Gray on the backlight circuit. Like, I don't trust any. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a mess. Where's my gin and tonic? Oh. Wow. Oh man. This is also the cheapest board repair too, because it's a business client. I quoted them the cheap price for all this work, but I guess that's the way it goes, huh? Like, you gotta take the good with the bad. The Wiley pads are in the drawer. They might make an appearance. I don't know. I think I need to practice more with those. They're kind of tricky. I just don't trust any of you. I don't trust any of these pads. Anything that's slightly gray, I don't trust any of it to be reliable. Like, I'm going to replace all this stuff and then this board's going to come back. The only thing that's worse than a board repair coming back is a board repair coming back for a backlight circuit that you had to do all this much repairing on, and you have to redo it. Like, no. This is a mess. Wow. Wow. I'm probably going to do away with that other capacitor too. God, look at that. Look at that crater. What a mess. What's going on there? Is that like... Ow! I just stabbed myself with my tweezers. What is that all about? Is there anything in there? No, that's gone. Dude, I wonder if they spilled wine or pop on this board. Oh, that's toast. I mean, look at all these pads are like eating. Like, I don't even know if this board's reliable anymore. Oh, look at all this stuff. It's all gray. That's probably not even gonna have Thunderbolt. That's like cooked or USB. I don't know. This might be a donor board. Jeez. I'll just have to warn the customer and be like, if you sell this board, I probably would not put a warranty on it. It's just that area though. All around the backlight circuit is which is messed up. It's a little gray. Yeah, we gotta get rid of those guys. Replace them too there. All these test points and stuff are all eaten. What is that coming out from under the SMC? I have no confidence in these pads. Yeah. No confidence in any of this. I mean, look at that. That's blown right through, right into the board. Hey, can I solder to that? Or is that ground plane there? That's like, that's not ground plane, is it? That's probably going right through to that diode. Yeah, no returns. That's what I'm thinking. Dude, I'm surprised this even turns on. Look at this. I mean, this is all gone. This V is gone. Like, all the copper is eaten off of it. Like, I mean, this is not even connecting to anything more. Look at that. It's just fiberglass. The V is gone. I mean, there's the V inside the board, but I mean, I guess I could run a wire to that. I've never had good luck running wires to these. It's a pain. Yeah, getting that to accept solder is going to be a nightmare, man. I can never get those to work right. What that goes to, maybe off close. Hmm. Wow. What does that go to? Huh, Thunderbolt. Oh, which goes to the other side of the board. That's awesome. There's going to be like... This is going to be Franken board. There's going to be wires going everywhere. I'm going to get rid of these capacitors because I don't like them. Ugly. What's the component replacement count up to? Like 20? Yeah, look at that. Those solder mask is just falling off there too. Liquid damage. This is silly because they're all on the same line. They're all just bypass caps. Literally just solder them all together. I'll tell you. Yeah, start a spreadsheet for me, that's right. I have a feeling this might be one of my repairs that I forget to put components back on. And then it doesn't work until I figure out what I did. Yeah, this board's nasty. At what point do we throw in the towel? This is a 2012 MacBook Air. That's just a test point. We don't care about that. Except for it being corroded. I can't even see what I'm doing. I'm too busy looking at the schematic and the board view. That's all for Thunderbolt. This is all Thunderbolt. PP15V Thunderbolt. Do we even need Thunderbolt? I'd have given up when you found a hole in the board personally. Yeah. I'm close. I'm close. I mean, I have some of these boards that already work and they're in great shape. So it's like, just take this as a donor and give the customer a discount and be like, here, I've got a board that actually has a chance of working. But like here, I've got busted test points. I don't know what they go to. Oh, that's PPV out. PPV out switch LCD backlight. So that's just a test point. Although I don't know if it connects everything together. I may have to... Yuck. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, rewind about a half an hour. I'm gonna do continuity mode and see if that is connected to ground. Get our beep on. Let me see what I'm doing. Where's my OBS? Just trying to see if that hole is connected to ground. Yeah, there's definitely ground plane under there. So I have to fill that hole in. I have to fill that hole in and then run this feedback trace back, you know, with the Wiley dot or whatever. And then you can see this up here is broken as well. See, no continuity. What also concerns me is this here, which probably goes to the other side of the board. Yeah. So we're gonna have to run a wire from that to the other side of the board. This is gonna be a mess. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. So that's Backlight V-Sync R. So what does that go to? It doesn't go to anything. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm basically gonna have to run a wire. Let me get my tweezers here. So I'm definitely gonna have to run, since that's ripped there, I'm gonna have to put a Wiley dot here. This is gonna look crazy. This is gonna be Frankenboard. This is our feedback ball. So I'm gonna have to run a Wiley dot. I'm gonna have to fill this, which is gonna take forever. I have to run a Wiley dot here. I've got to mask all this off. Mask that. mask this. I gotta run a wire here. I mean, this just goes to this ground right here. And then this V-Sync is a test point. That's why it's routed off. That's just a test point. Because it goes from that, it goes from that, oh, it goes from pin 17, which is V-Sync, which is this here. See, if I was to probe those two should be connected. So pin 17, I think, is here. Yep. So this just goes to a test point. So then there's a resistor that goes to ground here. So I mean, that's not really a big deal. I mean, that could be our test point. That doesn't matter. So that's not really a big deal. What is a big deal is we got to run a Wiley dot here. We got to put a resistor and then have this go to the other side of the board because I never have luck soldering to these. So we're going to have a wire go from here across to the other side of the board. And there is this. Yeah, basically every test point in this whole area is corroded off, is gone. Yep, so that's gone. And this goes up to here. That's gone. Oh, it's ground. Okay. Backlight signal ground. Okay, so that's fine. Oh wait, no, that's backlight filter. So that's a test pad, yes, that's fine, that doesn't matter. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So 6 and 7. Repair for cool stream content only. TM. LOL. Huh? Don't get it. So this has to go, this has to get redone, and then this has to go to the other side of the board too. I'm beginning to think this is a donor board. Because I mean that's ruined there. I mean, these got to be replaced. I mean, that just, I'm gonna have to fill that up, put all those components back, run this to there. I don't even know what this is all about. That's fine. So we're looking at like a Wiley dot trace repair here. This trace has to go to the other side of the board. This has to go to the other side of the board. This has to go to the other side of the board. I still have to put a Wiley dot there. This is like one of those House of Moth winter trapped inside, don't have nothing better to do, got all your repairs caught up kind of boards, you know, where you pick at it. You just repair a little at a time. Like this would be a 3 or 4 hour board repair. I mean, I'm not worried about this side's not bad at all. I just gotta put these 4 caps back. Put this diode, this cap. There was a cap and a resistor here. Bigger cap. Or no, yeah, and then our backlight fuse. Or was that our backlight fuse? Our backlight fuse, inductor. Our inductor goes here. There's some big caps go here. Little cap, diode. LCD connector, other cap. And then we still have to run traces for these two. Yeah, I just have to blob some solder on here, because these are our two backlight pins, so we want a good strong connection there. Anything else? Get out of here. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I hate to not fix it because it still works, but this is a 2012 board. Like you said, no. I mean, I can understand if this was like a 2017 Air and they're gonna pay me, you know, my typical price. Ugh, yeah. I mean, I've already been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. So I think we might have to chalk this up to a winter project. A winter project board. I mean, do I think it's fixable? Sure. Of course. I'm sure I can make the backlight circuit. I can build the backlight circuit up and have it work. Yeah, I definitely think my skills would prevail in this instance. But it's the time versus money paradigm that I'm worried about. It's like, you know, this is a 9-year-old logic board for a 9-year-old machine. Oh yeah, well, I bet you if I rub too hard, these will probably fall off the board too. I mean, as it sits, I could use this on an external monitor, but for the most part, all these traces look okay. I mean, the rest of the backlight look okay. It's just 11 o'clock. 2012 is it? There are garbage anyway. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I do like a challenge, but I mean, it'd take me, you know, a long time just to fill that hole in with solder mask. It's probably what I'd have to do first, because I would fill this with solder mask, and then I'll just put a Wiley dot here, solder mask that, you know, run this, scrape this off here. Actually, that's pretty solid there. I could probably get away with attaching a little wire there. I could probably solder to that. You know, solder a wire to here. But then I'm gonna have to run a wire across. And this trace, geez, look at that. This trace just fell right off. All the way to back here. I'm gonna have to run this trace back across. That's just a test point, so I don't care about that. I don't know about this. And then our friend here has got to get a wire ran across the board too. And God only knows where else. What other? That's looking kind of nasty. Yeah, it's just random nasty points that, you know, any one of these could present a problem. I mean, I'd be shocked if they had Thunderbolt and USB on this still. That's going to have to get, you know, repaired in some fashion. Because that's a junction between these two traces. That's just a test point. That is not. That's probably going to the other side of the board. Or it could be a test. These could both be test points, actually. Which we don't care about test points. Well, compared to... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alright, well, you know what? I think I'm going to... not necessarily call this a no-fix. I'm stubborn. Call a pause to this pair. I'm going to talk to the customer and see if I can offer them a working 820-3209 board that doesn't need a bunch of trace repair and everything. I mean, that's what we do, but on this board I'm not sure it's economically viable. So maybe they'll give me this board in trade and some cash for my working logic board, because I'm not really in it for the money, more of the adventure. So I may propose that to them and see if they'll bite and part ways with this mess of a board. I mean, it's not, I mean, this is my flux mess here, but it didn't look very liquid damaged, except for on the bottom. Yeah, you can see here. Don't really want to do scope cam again. You can see the green. You can see all the green there from the backlight circuit. I mean, overall, this machine's in it's in okay shape, I guess. It's got some big gouges there. Focus. Yeah, it's chewed up there a little bit. Yeah, this thing's not in fantastic shape, I guess. The dented corners and stuff. Clutch cover's broken. You know what? The other thing also, we don't know if the LCD is still good because the cable has a little bit of corrosion on the back of it. You know what? I'll get my 820-3209 board out and see. We'll test it and see if the screen actually works. That might be the deciding factor right there. If, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink real quick. One moment, please. Anyway, might be the deciding factor. If they repair this or not. That might make this just, you know, beyond economical repair. Oh, my working board's got a red liquid damage indicator on it. Well, we'll just pull that off, won't we? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll plug this board in real quick, and if the LCD is not, still doesn't have backlight, then that'll pretty much seal the fate for this poor MacBook. Because then that wouldn't be worth probably repairing, because they didn't pay me for board repair, and then they have to buy a screen for it still. Yeah, this board's in pretty good shape. It's a little crusty around the edges. The backlight circuit's intact. Some nastiness there. I may have to UC this board. Well, that's still good. Our SPI's got some stuff on it. Huh. I think this board works though. Yeah, house. I do the same thing. I just don't advertise it to my customers. But yeah, I do too. I do the exact same thing. It's part of my warranty, because I do, like you, I do sell logic boards to my customers and stuff, and I do put brand new liquid damage indicators on them. Ooh, that battery connector's seen better days. Alright, I'm going to put this in the case real quick and see if this board even works. Be kind of a, kill two birds with one stone. Check my board to see if my board actually works, which I think, well, it says working logic board on here. So assume that it works. We'll see if this board actually works, and if their screen is bad. I'm going to throw a couple screws in here on the logic board so it doesn't fly out on me. Plug things in and load it, boot it to an operating system and everything. Ooh, going cross-eyed here. Come on. Alright, where's my box of screws? They both looks like it's both in pretty good shape. Where do you guys usually get yours? And how many do you get? How much do you get them for? I buy them in like packs of 100. You get them from like AliExpress or something. Come on, you stinking logic board screw. Is this even a logic board screw? Oh no, these are fan screws. I have no idea what I'm doing. Don't mind me, I'm just fumbling along here. I think one screw will work. Don't care about Wi-Fi. We just want to see if, oops. A, if my logic board works, and B, if LCD is good. Or no. Yeah. Yeah, I got mine off, I think, AliExpress or eBay or something like that. Yeah, I think you can get them from AliExpress, Pedro, or I got mine off. I think I got one set off eBay and one set off AliExpress. That's laughable. Excellent connection, yet the stream is at least 10 to 15 seconds slower than what I'm actually looking at, because you're looking at a black screen right now and I'm looking at an Apple logo. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm going to do some live video streams once in a while, but then I'm also going to supplement that with recorded videos and upload them, because this is kind of annoying. I mean, with the lag and all that. I enjoy chatting with people, but... Oh, you're looking at the Apple logo too? Alright, good. Well, apparently the LCD's still good, so that sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but... at least the LCD's still good, so now I can just offer them... I can offer them a replacement board instead of doing all that repair nonsense on this board. I was on the fence about taking it anyway. I was contemplating just saying, no, this machine's not really worth it. I mean, what are logic boards for this? Still a decent price. Still not inexpensive, but I don't have the battery plugged in. Any day now, sweetheart. Maybe I'll shut it off and plug the battery in. Sorry, I'm going to start this over. Well, I'm probably going to have to replace that battery connector. That's not good. It's not really holding anything in. Well, might as well get a drink while I'm waiting for this thing to boot. Holy moly, you're slow. So I scored a good Facebook Marketplace win the other day. I actually just received the shipment yesterday. I scored a lot of 11-inch MacBook Air boards from 2015 in top cases, some with batteries. None of them have screens, but I got a really good deal. I got 9 of them, and I did some preliminary testing yesterday, and all of them work except for one had, okay, so 5 out of the 9 right out of the gate worked, booted to operating system enough that I can test the keyboards, make sure they're okay. So 5 of the 9 right out of the gate, and then one fires up, but the locking clasp on the trackpad connector is broke off, so I'm gonna have to replace the trackpad connector. But that board works. That's just a little aesthetic thing that I would want to fix. But technically that board works. And then board number 8 is missing the SPI. There's a MISO resistor next to the BIOS is missing. Oh, I just gave it away. I was going to do a repair video on that one. But yeah, that one doesn't power, or it attempts to power on, draws 300 milliamps, and then goes back down to 20, and then, it's like power cycling. And then I just did a little visual inspection. I found that there's a SPI resistor missing, so I just need to replace that, and I'm pretty sure that board will fire on. Hey, Micromage, welcome. Nice to have you here. Anyway, and then board number 9, the seller forgot to include that one, so they're sending it. But yeah, I got 9, and they're all 2015. Well, I think there's one 2013 board, and the rest are 2015s, but I got a pile of them. Yeah, and I still have my pile of 13-inch Air boards to go through. I have about 9 of them sitting there. I have some nightmare repairs that I need to do for customers, though. Still waiting on approval for some. Do you have a note from your mom? Holy moly. What if I do a PRM? Oh. Got a beach ball. Jeez, I'm going to make it to my next birthday by the time this thing boots up. There you go. Screen test. Come on, you want to work. You want to work. Boot. Boot your little MacBook. Yep. I just turned it off and turned it back on and connected the battery. There we go. Ha. So I'm pretty sure this board works. Probably just needs a little ultrasonic bath before I get rid of it, if the customer wants it. I think I have 2 more of these boards sitting in my pile that I have to test. Oh yeah, this thing is slower than molasses, isn't it? What are these other boards? What are you? Huh, I got another one. Where's the board number? This thing's still thinking. It's on the back side. Oh yeah. Huh. What happened? There you are. About time. Yeah, the board I was working on is a 3209, and then the one I just put in this is a 3209. And now I think I just found a couple more 3209s that are in great shape. I just never tested them. I don't know if they work. Yeah, this is the same board here. I probably have like 3 or 4 of these and didn't even know. Yeah, this is a 3209 as well. I should test this one. It might actually work. Here's another 3209. This one's missing some parts though that I need to replace. Oh no, this is an A20 3023. And then what is this? What is this? I've got boards that I don't even know if they work or not. Is this for an 11 inch? Oh yeah, this is missing some parts. What are you? Oh, never mind. You're an A20 2796. Jeez. So you're really old board. Air board. You're from probably 2010. And I got an 820 2938 here. Now, I'm not bad at inventory. These are old boards and that I got from someone, and I have piles of test / diagnose on a bunch of logic boards sitting around. Like, I'm usually really good at inventory. Oh, and then I got one that's DEP locked, a 3437. So yeah, I got a good logic board from like 2013 or 2014 that's remote management locked. I found 2 3115 i7 boards last stream I didn't know I had. They work fine. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have boards sitting everywhere. I don't even know. I could very well have logic boards sitting around that work or that I've forgotten about. I know I've bought two or three 15-inch MacBook Pro Retinas, like A1398s from like 2013 or 2015. I know I've got like 3 or 4 of those sitting around that I haven't even looked at yet. But I just, people are selling them on Marketplace, and, I just text them out of nowhere. I'm like, I'll meet you in an hour. And I just buy them. And then I put them in a pile of stuff to test. And then there they sit for months until somebody gets a hold of me and says, hey, do you got a board for, for this machine? I'm like, let me go look. Turns out I have piles. You never find Marketplace deals in your area? Yeah, I just found a good deal. Or I was talking about the deal where I found 9 MacBook Air logic boards. They're not in my state. They're across the country. This thing's probably mad because I don't have a heat sink. It's not really hot though. Oof, this is jumpy and slow. I don't know if it's the board or if it's the top case. Yeah, I don't care about incompatible discs. Don't care if the clock is set wrong. And we're not doing any updates right now. This thing's slow. Come on, hardware monitor. Load. What are we looking at for battery? One 1000, two 1000, three 1000, four 1000, five 1000. Takes like 20 seconds for an app to load. What is this? No, I don't care about TG Pro. Close. Oh, you're slow. Heat pipe, 128 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's because I don't have a fan hooked up. What? This battery is brand new? That's hilarious. I don't want to buy you right now. Go away. Go away. 20 cycles. 100% design capacity. This board, this battery is brand new. That's funny. I think this thing is throttling because I don't have a fan hooked up. It's mad. I wonder if it'll run any faster if I put a fan. I got a working 2020 MacBook Pro recently for $100 Australian dollars. Still smiling. Nice. Did you rob somebody? Whoops. Hey, I thought I turned you off. I just plugged the fan in and it's still running. Oh well. It's my board. I don't care. I'm going to steal this 2011 or 11-inch screw here. And I unhooked the battery with it still plugged in. Genius. Turn you off. Plug the battery back in. We're going to turn it on and we're going to option boot. Well, it's got to be a heat pipe sensor. Yeah, the heat pipe sensor set 128C, so that maybe there's a sensor problem on the board. Who knows? Let's see how fast it boots now with the fan and with me actually option booting. If it's still slow. Could have a trackpad cable or a trackpad issue because the fan is ramping up. I can't believe I'm spending this much time on a 2012 Air. Should be cool now. I got a fan in there. Anything better to do? Yeah. I mean, no. I could fix my phone. I broke my screen on my phone. I'm in the middle of fixing it, but I don't like fixing my own stuff. Ooh, are you actually going to boot in a decent amount of time now? It's doing its like little screen thing. Did you freeze? Did you lock up? Yeah, I have an actual 2012 that I just bought a new SSD for it, and I think it, like, this is not putting on a good show for 2012s, but I actually have a 2012 Air that I bought for $100, and all it needed was a new SSD. I put a new SSD in it, and the thing runs like probably as fast as it did the day it was new. Good grief, you're slow. Come on. Could be the board too. Where's my 2012s at? Yeah, just for comparison, here's my... I have a 2012 Air that I'm selling. Let's see how fast this thing boots up. This thing clearly has some kind of issue. This is my 2012 Air that I have in my stock. Obviously no dents or anything, it's in great shape. Like I said, it has a new SSD in it. Yeah. Sure, they finished this. They got it to the finish line at the same time, but this thing took... Yeah, see, this thing runs fantastic. Runs great. And this is, yeah, about this Mac. Yeah, mid 2012. Same board specs and everything. So this thing should run really good. Well, you can hear the fan spinning at full throttle, so there's probably a trackpad issue or something that's causing it to run slow. Who knows? I just want to make sure the board works. I have way too many computers. It's a good yardstick, though. This thing is definitely got something going on. CPU's nice and cold now with the fan blowing on it. Yeah, this shouldn't take 6 years to log in or anything. gonna fall asleep. Hurry up. Yeah, I have another 3209 board. I gotta see what's wrong with it. I think it's my note said it's missing a couple components, but I can probably put those back on. I mean, this thing's clearly got some kind of sensor issue. Hurry up. Slow. It's working. That looks fast as my daily driver, which is aggravatingly slow. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably just got some sensor problem that needs to be addressed. Happens from time to time. Trackpad cable could be messed up, or the trackpad could be... have something wrong on it. Holy beach ball, Batman, come on. Alright, there we go. Don't throttle. Full blast. Go. It's got a good battery in it. So it's got that going for it. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm working on this. This is not really a high priority. Probably. Mine's just bottlenecked by spinny rust because I didn't read the options carefully enough and thought it was an exclusive. Or, oh. Hurry up. I've got other computers to fix. Pokey. Yeah, no kidding. I didn't click coconut battery. Why are you showing me that? I don't care about the battery. I want hardware monitor. Thank you. Don't know how I'm going to sell this board to my customer if it doesn't work. Oh no, their camera. Oh, the glass on their camera is busted. That's so good. Heat pipe, 128. So that's why it's throttling. Guaranteed. Intel power gadget is one of my must-have. On test drive, them useless for dual CPU max, but great for anything else. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's something going on with the heat pipe sensor, so it's probably why it's not running fast. Let's look on the schematic and see where that is. Control F. Sensors. Thermal sensors. Page 47. Bum, bum, bum. So we have CPU proximity sensor, new. Thunderbolt, main logic board bottom and inlet proximity sensors. No. Thunderbolt die. No. Boom. Does anyone know where the thermal sensor is for a heat pipe on a 820-3209? Inlet thermal sensor? Interesting. Main logic board bottom thermal sensor? Q5530. Q5530 is in between the Wi-Fi and the JTAG. Or on this, not the JTAG. Excuse me, this missing connector. So there's one thermal sensor right there. That one looks okay. I wonder if it's the DC inboard. I don't know. It's just a stab in the dark. Let's try something else. SMC. Sorry, I'm trying to find. Clock generator. Yeah. No, I don't know. Where did my live stream go? Duct tape. Alright, I'm going to turn this off and take the board out and look at it. Overhead camera. What tapes are you talking about? Around the memory? Oh, the shielding, the stuff that goes over it. I think is what Pedro's talking about. Talking about like this. That stuff. I don't know. I don't think I've put it back on. What is this board? Got a random board sitting up there. Oh, I think that one's got problems. This one's not really a priority anyway. When I usually UC, I don't take that stuff off. Let's be honest. I'm a rebel like that, I guess. Well, that's not good. This board definitely needs a little bit of TLC. A little bit of a scratch trace. I'm gonna check the, Yep, I do. I do, Pedro. I leave them on. It doesn't hurt anything, as far as I know. Even it, like, yeah, those are like one and done. If you rip those off, they're pretty much useless after that. You have to replace them. They're like shielding. I think they're like shielding or tape or something. I don't know. Then again, I don't take them off. I don't care. I just leave them off. Ouch. That might be part of our sensor problem. Got a nice big kink in our trackpad cable. That shouldn't be there. Show you guys that. I know this stream is not really it's degenerated down to looking around at an old computer instead of doing a repair. But that's okay. The keyboard connector looks okay. Trackpad connector looks okay. Or touchpad, whatever you call it. Touchpad looks fine. I think it's this. Not even showing you guys. God, you guys gotta yell at me. What's that? What is that? That doesn't belong there. I don't know. You think? You think that might be a sensor, causing a sensor problem? Don't think that nice crease is supposed to be there. It's kinky, exactly. Yeah, that doesn't look good. What's the model, or what's the printed part number on this? I wonder. Bum 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 bum. 5931428. I probably got 699 of those. Oh, yeah, that's not good looking at all. Let's pull out a better one and just check. Just check. It's Narste. Yeah. Yeah, man. Things. Questionable. Just so happen to have a beautiful cable here. Just for the sake of argument, let's put this cable in. Let's put this cable in and put our board back in and see what happens if our fan spin goes down and if our little machine boots faster. What do you say? Just for experimental reasons. Not for anything else, but just to experiment. I'm curious. This is my board, as you can tell from the broken battery connector. I'm not playing tricks on you. There's the signature broken battery connector. Let's see if a kinked trackpad, touchpad cable could cause our fan to spin high and our computer to run slow. I have a sneaking suspicion that that is the case because I've had these computers not turn on at all because the trackpad was kinked. Where'd that fan go? Let's plug our fan back in just to keep the testing consistent. If not for nothing, even though we may not have repaired that original logic board, we have solved a mystery. The mystery of the high spinning fan. We may have actually accomplished something in this stream that is useful. Okay. Keep our testing parameters consistent. I'm going to put the battery back in. Where's the battery? Come here, Mr. Battery. We're going to put you back in. We're going to plug our LCD back in gently. We're going to put some battery screws in because the battery will fly out if we don't. And it will completely dislodge the battery connector from the logic board. And there's a capacitor sitting on my bench, which is concerning. Not quite sure how that got there. Did it just fall off the board? Where did you come from? I thought I got rid of all the components that were falling off. Probably not. No, sad Mac, we don't. Ask me how I know. I've done it once. I went to test the board, logic board, MacBook Air one time, and I did this. I put the battery in, plugged the battery cable in like this, opened it up to turn it on, then the battery did a somersault, and I had to fix it. Alright, let's see how fast this thing boots now, and if it's got a high spinning fan. It could still could have a bad touchpad. Now you guys saw how long it took before. Let's see how long it takes to turn on now. Option boot. Let's see how long it takes for this thing to boot now. Does it boot normally? Or does it take 6 years still? Oh, our fan's ramping up again. Not a good sign. Do I have a... I probably don't have a 2012 touchpad. I lied. I do have a 2012 touchpad. It's booting faster though. You can see it's already halfway. I'm going to replace the touchpad real quick too. What do you say? It's already booting much faster. But we still have a fan that's spinning on high. Let's turn it off. Alright, remove the battery again for the 9,000th time. we're going to temporarily place a touchpad in here, and I'm not going to put the battery in this time because the battery will be in the way. So we're going to kick the battery out. And we're going to take our lovely pre-owned touchpad. I'm gonna haphazardly hook our keyboard and our touchpad to this, our touchpad cable. See what I'm doing. Oh, good grief. If I put you down and do it. There you go. All right. Let's see now if we get a high fan spin and a slow booting computer. I'm just holding the trackpad in the air. I don't really want it to contact my logic board and short stuff out. Oops. I didn't hold option down. Is it too late? Yep, too late. Still high fan spin. So we probably truly have a issue with the logic board. I'm also wondering, since I don't have the DC in cable on here, if that could be an issue. This here. This one's a little too long, but I think it'll still work. Maybe it's a bad DC board, I don't know. Hey, we got a light on the charger now. We got a chime. It's really hard to click that. Well, the fan's not spinning on high anymore. Is it going to ramp up? Nope, the fan's not spinning higher anymore. And look at that. Wow. Look how fast that was. Much quicker. thing seems to be a little more happy. You shut your computer down because of a problem. I sure did. Where's my button? Wow, this thing's already seems like it's running a lot better. Look, no more cursor lag. Huh. Let's see how long it takes me to open a hardware monitor now. I'm trying to click the little button on the bottom of the trackpad. Oh look, hardware monitor's already open. How about that? How about that? If we can get rid of all of our stupid notifications. Get out of here, notifications. Go! Yep, now look, our heat pipe sensor, all of our sensors are now reading. When I say look, you can't even see what I'm doing. What if I do the microscope? All of our sensors, woof. Sorry about that, that's like way up close and personal. Let's see if I can move the computer. There's our heat pipe. And our heat pipe incoming air are now reading a 32C, 31C respectively, so we solved our sensor issue just by replacing the trackpad and the cable. So I'm assuming it's one or the other. Yeah, this little computer's definitely, or this board's running better now for sure. There's no lag anymore, no cursor lag. So definitely solved our sensor issue, so this board is fine. It's not the board itself, it's the, yeah, you see that? You can probably see me. I can pick up this. I can double click this really quick. You can see how fast it opens. This would have been much easier if I just installed the trackpad. Yeah, see how quick things open now? Wonderful. Alright, I'm gonna shut it down again and see if it was because the DC inboard cable's missing. So I'm now powered off. I'm gonna remove the test touchpad. Plug the old touchpad back in. The only things I did, you saw, was I replaced the touchpad cable first. The fan was still spinning on high. I replaced the touchpad. The fan was still spinning on high. I put a DC board cable, although it's not the right one, it's still the right same pin out. It's just a little long. And then the fan stops spinning high and the computer now runs at a good pace. Alright, now I put the old touchpad. So now I got the old touchpad and the same new cable in there and the DC board cable. I'm going to boot it up again and see if it runs any slower now or if the fan ramps up. So by doing that, we pretty much will either conclude that the touchpad is damaged, or you actually have to have a DC in. The heat pipe sensor might be on the DC inboard. I don't know, because I don't work on these models all the time, so You guys probably know more than I do about this. So let's just see how fast it boots up. If it... Nope, the fan is not ramping up again. Yet. Seems to be booting pretty fast. I haven't even done a SMC reset or a PRAM reset or anything either. I'm just running it. Look at that. Yeah. So seems to be the touchpad seems to be okay. So I wonder if the cable is okay too. If it's just the DC board cable has to be there. We're gonna find out. We're gonna do like a reverse process of elimination. So no, still running good. Let's turn on hardware monitor and see how long it takes to open. Yeah, it's already open. I don't care, TG Pro. Go away. No, I don't want to buy your software right now. Go. Got hardware monitors free. Okay. Yep. Our heat pipe incoming air and our heat pipe sensors are reading 33C. Fan is at 1900 RPM, so it's still working. Weird. Alright, so now I'm going to put the old touchpad cable in. So we're going to turn it off again. Shut down. Oof. Really responsive now. What did I do with the old touchpad cable? I didn't throw it away already, did I? I have a bad habit of throwing things away as soon as I see that they're messed up. Oh, turn that off. Let's put our old touchpad cable back in. I have a weird feeling, even though it's kinked, it probably is not the issue. The issue is probably the DC board. The DC board cable was not there because that one was corroded, and so I took it off. I'm gonna have to change the stream of this, or the title of this stream. Okay. Option boot again. All we've done now is the touchpad cable with the old one. The DC inboard cable in, and the old touchpad and the old touchpad cable. Now watch it all work now. It's gonna make a liar out of me. I'll unhook the DC board and cable and the computer will boot up fine. It'll just make a liar out of me. See if this boots. Seems like it's still peppy. I imagine if I do a PRAM reset and SMC and all that and fancy stuff, it'll probably boot even faster. Or plus when I put a battery in. But yeah, it seems to be okay. Fan's not ramping up. Very sciencey of you, Tim. Yeah, thanks. This is my method. Process of elimination. Yeah, see, the thing's already it's already to the login screen. When you guys saw, it took 3 to 5 minutes before to load or to get into the login screen. Yeah, still good. Load hardware monitor again. See how long it takes. Yep, it's already loaded. We're just going to ignore TG Pro. Just trying to butt into our thought process here. Yep, sensor's still reading 33 and 30 degrees Celsius respectively. So we're going to power it off again. For the last time, we're going to unplug the DC board cable. And see if we get a high spinning fan and a 128 degrees Celsius reading on our heat pipe. So remove the touchpad cable, and I'm going to leave it removed because it doesn't belong to this machine anyway. Power on. We're going to option boot. Same procedure. Go ahead, make a liar out of me. You're gonna, aren't you? You're gonna work. No high fan spin or nothing. Maybe it's the battery? We'll find out. Nope. There it goes. Listen. Interesting. So the fan is now spinning up on high. Or max RPM. Computer seems to be taking a little bit longer to boot. So I think if you couple that with not having a fan in there, then this thing will really throttle. Seems to be taking a little longer to get to the login screen though. May not be a whole lot longer, but you can definitely hear the fan spinning on max. So, yep. Interesting. So yeah, it still hasn't booted up yet, and you saw the last 3 or 4 tests that we did with that DC board cable plugged in. It ran normal, but as you can see now, it still has not got to the login screen yet, which leads me to conclude that the heat pipe incoming and outgoing sensors are on the DC board, which is this little board here on the side, which has a USB port in it, your headphone jack, your left speaker, and on this little board here is where your heat pipe sensors are. Yeah, you see that? We're still not even into the login screen yet. Sorry if I clipped. Interesting. That's good to know. I did not know that. I don't know. I don't believe. I think on the 2013, which makes sense why you can't use a 2012 trackpad in a 2013 through 2017 MacBook Air. Because the heat pipe sensors, I think, on those models is actually on the trackpad. Because if you were to do all this stuff on one of those boards from 2013 to 2017, generally it's the touchpad cable or the touchpad itself that causes the fan to spin on high. But on this model, it's different. See, we're not even to the thing yet. We gotta ring the little spinny ring of ignorance here. Taking forever. All right. We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to turn this off. So it has nothing to do with the battery. It's this cable. There's sensors on this DC board. I'll show you again. Plug the DC board in. Plug the DC in board in. Or I mean the DC in board cable. We'll power it back on. Option boot. Just to confirm our hypothesis. Actually, I didn't make a hypothesis. I made a guess. So we're going to listen for the fan to spin, as well as how long it takes to log in or get to a login screen. Very interesting. I mean, it's interesting to me because I have not worked on a lot of this board model. I think I've touched a handful in my repair career. And I just learned something new. I did not know that, so I'm definitely gonna keep this video as important for test or for figuring things out. Hey, see, it's already logged in now, and no high fan spin. Yep. So that's it, guaranteed. So let that be a note for all you technicians out there that if you're working on a 2012 13-inch MacBook Air and you have a high fan spin, it's more than likely not your trackpad or your trackpad cable on this model. It is the DC board or DC and board cable, because your sensors are on the DC board. See my bald head. So we're gonna put that touchpad cable back onto our test DC board. We're gonna remove our logic board out of this janky machine. We're going to put the battery and everything back in, and then we're going to put it to the side and talk to the customer to see if they want to purchase our logic board. What I'll probably do is I will, once they decide if they want this or not to just swap, I will put this computer back together and fully test everything. So I'll test the key. I gotta replace the battery connector too. I don't like that. I'm not gonna sell it like that, so I'll replace that battery connector for them at least. And the other, there's a couple little components on the back. I'll probably clean or replace those and ultrasonic the board and make it look all nice and neat. Even though it is a 2012, I don't want this coming back for something silly like, you know, oh, you didn't replace or clean that little capacitor and now the board's not working after a month. You know, that makes me not have such a great reputation. We're just going to set this logic board in here for now. And this is not a priority, so we're going to shelve. We'll talk to the customer and we'll shelve it. This is some great science, some good learning, for sure. Good to know, good to know. Where's the battery? I'm going to change the name of this video to something silly, like started out as a backlight repair, ended as a science experiment. Or a sensor experiment. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, that's great. Good stuff. And I didn't read that on any forums or anything. I did not know anything about this until just now. I just learned, well, and you guys did too, just learned something new about these computers, so if you ever work on them, this might help. we're going to kick this thing off my bench. Little MacBook. You gotta go, pal. Sensory deprivation, yeah. Yeah, the heat, it was the heat pipe sensors which, you know, are on the CPU, or which are on the, yeah, the heat sink. So of course this thing will throttle, or, you know, run slow because the CPU thinks it's overheating. Stinking tape. Oh well. What are you doing here? You go in there. Little MacBook. What slot were you in? 12. Where's the bottom? Put him to bed. I do need to test my other 3209 board and see if that one works as well. Type some notes. Let's go backlight circuit. All right. Yep, good night. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to end this. It's been almost 3 hours. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining me on this little adventure. Hopefully somebody got something out of this and learned something new. Wish you guys a good night, and we'll see you on the next stream. And please, 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 go fix something, will you? Good night. Bye.